Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17
and Greyshot151 here.
And today we're going over the top 10 best movies, in our opinion, of 2018.
Now this will include a variety of honorable mentions, 8 in total, before we jump into our top 10. So let's start off there, shall we?
BlacKkKlansman.
A great political piece that has some fun twists, thrilling turns,
Hilarious comedy.
Hilarious comedy, but in the end can't stick the landing.
Yeah.
And what I mean stick the landing is, I think it jumps the gun a little too much in the end.
Love, Simon. I really enjoyed this film. It's a great teen romance. It's about, instead of a guy trying to get a girl, it's a guy trying to find another guy, but it's done so well and it's so charming that I highly recommend it.
Another movie we'd recommend is Overlord. It's a fun World War II with horror elements. It's really not zombie. I would say it's, if you want a World War II movie, a damn good one, and you want that's going to give you a good throw ride, Overlord is the place to check, or the movie to check out.
Next one is A Simple Favor. This movie may seem like, oh no, another Paul Feig movie, but it is incredibly funny, is a great thriller as you find out what exactly happened to this missing mom. And Anna Kendrick is fantastic, along with Blake Lively and everyone else in that movie. Highly recommend you check it out.
Another movie we recommend is Mission Impossible Fallout. It's not a movie that's really memorable, nor is it one that I would say takes risks or does something different. But what it does well, it does well. The action is phenomenal. It is pulse pounding. It is thrilling, and you're captivated from moment to end. But very much like the greatest milkshake of your life, you're not going to remember it in about a week.
Yeah, I mean, but you will remember Deadpool 2.
Yes.
Yes, and again, Deadpool 2 is a great superhero comedy that makes fun of itself and everyone else. It may not be as good as the original, but it is still a damn fun movie to watch.
Yes. Another thing we would definitely recommend is Ready Player One. Yes, it is a nostalgia trip. Yes, it's filled with gaming icons and movie icons and memorabilia and all these things. But at its core, it does have some good, heartfelt moments, some good, not great characters, and a pulse-pounding, thrilling finale that features a character that we hold dear to our hearts.
Yes.
So how can you not go wrong with the movie?
And last but not least, we have Death of Stalin. You ever want to know what happened when Stalin died? Now's your chance, filled with British comedians that are both hilarious and also threatening at the same time.
They make no attempt to show if they are Russian or not.
Yep, but it is fantastic. But moving on, our number 10 pick for the top 10 movies of the year are...
Well, our number 10 pick is The Meg. It is a giant shark movie with Jason Statham that knows exactly what it is. It's dumb, it's fun, it's thrilling when it needs to be, it's heartfelt when it needs to be, with some good characters overall, and by the end, you're just having a great time in a fantastic B movie.
Can we say this is like the biggest surprise we had because of...
Totally.
Because
this is why
there's
it's on
some
the
movies
list.
on our worst list that we were expecting more than this movie, and this movie just comes out. I thought the trailer was okay, and it turned out to be so much fun in the theater that I'm like, oh my god.
Well, the thing about The Meg is, again, it's kind of like Spectral from, if you guys have watched us for a few years, like,
yeah.
Our top 10 movie included Spectral because it was it's a B movie, but it's such a shock, it's so well done, you like the characters, even though they're not the most memorable, but you just...
But Jason Statham easily fills that gap.
Yeah, Jason Statham fights a giant shark, how can you not enjoy this? And he does it well. The submersibles, by the way, I thought looked stupid.
Yeah.
Amazing in the movie.
Yeah. Next up on our list is The Incredibles 2, a long-awaited sequel that deserves a sequel compared to some other Pixar films, and rightfully comes out with top quality action, amazing comedy, especially with the baby. Jack is incredible with the fight with Raccoon.
Versus Raccoon.
The villain may not be as good. It may be like your more average MCU villain, but still.
It's really standard Disney villain at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, I am, secret mystery villain all along. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You're
good, right.
I also say I didn't like this movie as much as you did.
Yes.
But I can still respect this is a fantastic movie. Like,
yes.
the Jack scene in particular, I was dying of laughter.
Yep.
So yeah, I cannot recommend this movie enough. But another movie I definitely recommend is Game Night. If you want a blast of a time with fantastic jokes, some solid action of a comedy, and some thrilling moments, again, in a comedy, look no further. It's probably it is the best comedy of the year.
Yeah, so this was unexpected surprise. I really enjoyed the trailer. You were like, to it. And then we walk in. We're both walking out with the smiles on our faces. It's great. Highly recommended. Gave it to a friend who really likes comedy.
Ending's a little soft. The ending is a little soft. But still, it's a hell of a ride.
I was so laughing. But in any case, a movie that had a smile on my face as well, while I was the only person in the theater, was Paddington 2.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I walked into that theater because someone had a date night and I had to leave. But I walked out saying, you know what? I am so glad that I had to leave the apartment because it was so good. Paddington is so charming and so likable and so charismatic that every single person he meets, he just brings a smile to their face. He can help anyone he meets, even if he's a clumsy.
It's an innocence that is strangely watchable. Like, you just want to keep watching this character interact with others. You want to give this
bear a hug, like, every day, and you know you'll feel just so much better.
Last note, the world. It's just colorful, bright. Even the prison, which they have.
Yes.
They somehow find a way to bring life to, which is just amazing.
Also, should we give a quick mention to all the different types of animation, the types of stuff like that, from the book sequence, the animated sequence of the heist, the final play/theater they do. It's all great.
If you want the best kids movie,
kids movie,
this is entertainment for your children, but you will sit down and you will enjoy yourself as well. This isn't like The Nut Job. Like, this is truly the classic in regards to kids film. But another movie that I think you should not show your kids, but definitely should be a classic, Green Book. It is a wonderful ride, start to finish, no pun intended, because essentially what you see is an Italian man driving a musician all across the South.
Who's black.
Yeah, and their interactions with not only each other but the world around them is
it's one of those situations where it's
familiar.
It's both amazing leads that help cement this film to just being great, but what makes it icing on the cake is like interactions between, let's say, an Italian enforcer and a southern redneck, or like stuff like that, where it's all these different variations that happen, and it's so great.
It's also very human interactions and their dialogue back and forth with one being street smart, one being more just intelligent. Like, you know, that it's that dynamic as far back as, you know, you can remember.
They're so likable,
it's
both
so
of them.
good. It's so funny when it needs to be. It's so dramatic when it needs to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's probably one of the best dramas.
It's a great film to watch around Christmas as well because of the ending.
Oh, especially. Yeah. It ends. It's
well, not a Christmas movie per se, but it ends really well.
Yes.
Next up, we have...
Speaking of ending well, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Now,
more divisive.
This is like a super divisive for a lot of people.
Yep.
But for us in general, the emotional impact watching these characters... Again, this movie... The first movie, I think, is better.
Yes.
But this movie goes in another direction. It takes these two characters and they keep kind of going down. They keep dropping, going further and further into these problems. And you just... kind of see them depart and their interactions with each other, them splitting up, them realizing they need each other but in different ways, and then finally the ending, which hit me on an emotional level because I have been in that situation.
It took a risk, and I think that it definitely stuck that landing.
Yes.
I know people are like, it didn't have so-and-so character, it didn't have so-and-so character, it didn't have the gaming. I understand that, but what they did with the core dynamic of the two main leads was fantastic. And John C. Reilly, once again, one of my favorite actors.
Yes, easily, and
with Sarah Silverman, they're both great.
Stealing a quote from someone that's far more talented than me, the ending is paramount.
Yes.
And in this movie, the ending overdid any complaints I had about this movie. Yeah. So that's why we gave it what we did, and that's why it's on this list.
The best animated film of the year. Anyway, so number 4, Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Yeah, this movie is an emotional trip, especially for us because we're from Pittsburgh.
We're from Pittsburgh.
Like this is like the icon of Pittsburgh. If you want to talk about like steel mills and the Steelers, no. It's
Mr. Rogers.
It's Mr. Rogers and his turtleneck sweaters.
Okay.
But no, he is an icon, and you can see why with this movie. You can see how he's able to interact with children and bring out the best not only in them, but also be able to sit them down.
How he's also a great person. If Paddington was a real life character, he would be Mr. Rogers.
This is as close as, like, the guy describes it. Like, people consider my dad to be like Jesus. Like, that's how they consider him, because he was just such a nice guy. He had his problems. They make note of this in the movie. But at the end of the day, you just love the fact this guy was able to bring out the best in people while he was alive. Yeah. And you wish...
It's hard to find another person like that.
Exactly.
Incredibly, especially with our current leadership.
And it just makes you want to be a better person. And that's the best way a movie can do, is when it gives you something and says, run with it. And
so, if someone can get a copy of this movie and deliver it with Paddington 2 to Donald Trump, maybe, his heart will grow a few sizes. And no, that movie's not on our list. What is on our list is in fact, in our opinion, the best animated film of the year, which I'm so glad I made that statement to change it. No, Godzilla, Monster Eater, Planet Eater is not going to change that. It's easily going to be the worst. But Spider-Verse is
easily
one of the best movies of the year and incredible. Just a complete surprise. I thought Sony was going to fuck it up like Venom. I truly and honestly believed it was going to be terrible. But it's incredibly funny. It is emotional.
It's heartfelt.
Like, I felt, I got gut punched like 3 times in this film. And usually a Pixar film is like 1. And again, Wreck-It Ralph, it was 1. This was at least 3. Where I'm like, what? Sony, what?
Yeah, Spider-Verse was a big surprise. Its universe is creative, how it uses characters creative, and it made me want to research. I wanted to like read a comic book after this. I've never had that watching any other Marvel movie, even Avengers Endgame. Spoilers, that's the next one. Even that movie, I was like,
Should I look up stuff to figure out what that movie?
But this movie, I wanted to look up Spider-Ham. I wanted to look up Spider-Gwen. I wanted to look up Miles Morales. It made me want to look up these characters.
Spider-Noir. They're all amazing. They're incredible.
I wanted to learn more, and I've never walked out of a superhero movie doing that.
This movie has 4 origin stories. 4, and they're all incredible. How? When a simple movie like Venom can't even do 1 origin story right. This movie does 4 in a span of like 4 minutes, and it's incredible. So go check out this movie. It's still in theaters. Seriously, go check it out.
Last note, soundtrack.
Yeah.
This movie, especially the Prowler.
Oh my god, yes.
If you want to go with like best soundtrack of the year.
Or Danger. I love when he's like doing the initial jump and becoming this. Oh my god, it's great.
It's so good. Speaking of Danger,
being said, speaking on the opposite end, where we left Spider-Verse being so amazed by it, we were amazed by Avengers, but also amazed by all the kids crying in the background, which was incredible.
Or like the elderly, like asking, "What just happened?"
So yeah, Avengers: Infinity War is the best possible version of this movie it possibly could be. Thanos is easily, if not the best villain, and cements itself as one of the best villains of all time. Like, easily.
Best villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the best, I think that's what you mean.
I think best villains of MCU, best overall villains in terms of superhero movies. I would say he's up there with
Joker.
Yeah, just, again. And also, if we continue, every single character gets a moment to shine. There's amazing comedic moments. There's really dark moments that are just so, like, oh, they beat you down, but it is so good.
This tugs at your heartstrings quite a bit, and it has enough like little moments that by watching this whole series.
Rogers.
I remember watching the original Iron Man. I remember watching that in theaters and being like, "Oh, that's cool," and then the end clip, and having this all build up to this was worth it.
Yeah,
that is not happened before. Like, it's very rare that they can actually do this.
Kevin Feige, take my money. You deserve it. Everyone who's in these movies deserves what they've done with this franchise. Congratulations. You are, and I will say this conclusively, you are the Empire Strikes Back of this generation. I think we can honestly say that.
Yeah, a lot of movies try to claim it. This one never tried to claim it and just took the title for itself.
There's really no competition. The score is great. Effects are amazing. Probably the only negative thing would be the secondhand villains. Some of them don't get attention, but some of them do, and I actually quite enjoy them. But it's like, that's all that's it. There's no other issue compared to like Batman vs Superman.
Now to watch them top it in next year's movie.
But that's our number 2. What's our number 1?
Our number 1 movie is a movie that takes its premise in a unique way, which is searching. The entire movie's on screens, television monitors, computer monitors, things of that nature.
AKA, what you're watching us on right now is the entirety of this movie. But it is the biggest surprise we had of the year. It came out of nowhere. It had some really good comedic moments. It was incredibly like tense while you're trying to find out where this girl went. And
twists, turns, great characters, great moments. This movie has everything, and the premise in itself, not only does it have plenty of unique iconography in which you're like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I've seen this as a kid. Like, you spot things that you remember. Like, I remember the old Windows. Like, I remember like Windows 97 or like those older versions. But it also has modern day things that kids use, and it's smart in how it executes to how to display information and how to reveal certain bits of information, not others, to the audience.
And once again, you know as much information as the main character, so there's never a time where like,
or when
there's
you
stuff being hidden.
or when you do know more information and the main character doesn't, you're not saying that the main character's stupid. It's because the movie has just told you and not the main character.
Yeah.
And now you're just horrified what the main character is going to do because they don't have that information.
Exactly.
But you can watch them slowly spiral. It's a great ride. I will say its plot might not be the most.
It's not the most original, but the concept and how it's shot is incredibly original. Highly recommend it, and also the main performances given by the entire cast are great,
especially the lead. Yeah, the lead deserves. I'm shocked he did not get like an Oscar nomination.
He should
because
have been.
he definitely should have at least got like some kind of nod.
Greyshot Productions 2018 Best Picture is Searching. Check it out. We highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. Actually, you won't be really disappointed by anyone on our list. So I think we have a good variety.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we definitely do.
From our top, we now go on to the bottom. So check out that video when it comes out next. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot117
and Greyshot151,
and we'll see you all next time.
Later, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters: Ace, Delta, Joey, JP Vaal, jrchicklis, Milam, Ollie, Onlyplayapples, Pyro Shark, Rifle, sgtMcPain, Streakingwookie, WhiteHotD, Aaron Yee, Jordan Savat, Leo Lou, Nathan, Angus, and Tim. Thank you all for your amazing support. You guys are incredible. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you all next time.